Welcome back to Benny's Custom Works, proudly supported by Sparesbox. Today we're back on the Sigma. It's our bodywork day, so going to try and address this dent in the front guard straight up. Got a new bumper, got some corner lights. Then we're going to tackle the rear dent in the quarter. Before that goes to plan, we might have some other stuff to do the servo, but we're just going to play it by ear. Let's get straight into it. We're still waiting for a couple of bits to turn up, so I thought I'd just quickly mention the wheels. We've finally got our new wheels done from Barrel Brothers. It was a bit of a wait, but good things come to those who wait. So this was about a 3-month turnaround. So the fronts are the original rears from this set. So they're a 6.5, and the rears are now 8.5 from memory. But these guys have basically completely broken the wheel down to all of its base components. They've blasted the faces. Well, they stripped them first in a paint stripper, then they blast the faces. Once the faces are blasted, obviously then you do the primer, then the color, then the clear, just like you're painting a car. So these are 2K finish, they're not an acrylic or anything like that. And then obviously the lips, this particular lip obviously is the original lip for the rims. So they do a complete resand and take any marks out of the lips. Then they do like a fully staged polish. Once they're happy with all the polish and everything, the wheels get finally assembled. All the bolts are put in, they're all torqued to spec. Then they finally chuck some tyres on and a nice little finish up. They got some centre caps. These particular centre caps are actually for XR4s and other SSR wheels of the era. Barrel Brothers have had these reproduced, so these are available via Barrel Brothers. And a nice little sneaky trick, they actually reproduced the original Volk centre cap sticker. I had a larger version of that sticker, and they've copied it and reproduced it to suit those little dome caps. So it's a nice little finish off, and yeah, stoked to have these things finally on the car. So these are the wheels we originally measured up in our previous video. We'll leave a link in the description to how to measure those wheels up if you guys want to work it out yourselves. But yeah, while we're waiting, we'll just kick it up and chill out. Oh, my knees. I've just ordered a better panel beating hammers and dollies kit. So while we're waiting for that, I'm just going to make a quick start on this. Should be here in like 20 minutes or so. It's just from the local joint, so they'll be running it down. But yeah, we'll just keep knocking this out and hopefully not make it worse than it already is. Mud wasps. I've got most of that dent out. I'm really happy with where it's at. There's some specialist equipment that we can use to actually get that dent out more, which Jeff has. So I think what I'm going to do is just quickly hit it with some etch primer just to seal it up again. And then I'll just refit the light and we'll leave it at that until we actually go to Jeff's and do the final touch-ups and stuff. So this will just stay in primer, much the same as whatever we do today. If we break through any paint, we'll just give it a quick rub back and hit it with some etch primer as well, just to seal it and protect it. Then before we do any more body work, we'll take that primer off when we're at Jeff's, do any repairs, any light filler. Like this will need a skim of filler. More so just to correct that body line or the two body lines that are there, because at the moment the dent kind of eats both of those up. I'm just going to leave it for now, but we'll either correct it with filler or we'll pull it out with the easy beat, or we'll do both. So edge prime it, then we'll correct it more later. Of course you would. Well, today's actually gone way better than I thought. It's just a bit after lunch, so we're actually just going to keep cracking on. So got grill and all the front end back together. We've got our new bumpers on. For those of you that have kind of up with Sigmas, you'll notice that these ones have now got the bump strips. It's not quite what I was originally after, but it was the only ones I could find that were in really good condition. They're from an SE model, so the same era being a GE Sigma, but they're from the SE, which is kind of the upmarket model, which interestingly also had the hubcaps on this car previously. But the SE has a completely different grill, and I like this grill a lot better. I've also obviously put the Japanese spec badging now on that. People might get a bit funny about having those parts not on originally a JDM model, but we're just trying to make it a bit different to all the other Sigmas out there. So we've started with the JDM flavor, and now we're about to continue it with some guard mirrors. So we're going to start measuring and drilling some holes in the car and not being able to come back from it. Because we know this thing's had quite a few front end accidents, we're not actually going to measure anything from the front edge of the guard to locate the mirrors. We're actually going to measure from the back edge of the guard because we know they're in the right spot. We know for a fact that driver's one's got a lot of bog in it, so it could be 5 mil out, left to right, front to back, who knows. So measuring from the back edge is pretty much going to guarantee that we'll get the mirrors in the same spot, left to right. But we have also marked our center line from the middle of the top edge of the guard, which won't change left to right. So we got these original Sigma mirrors from the guys down at Street Culture in Victoria. They were kind enough to send them up to us. Unfortunately, they're a bit more damaged than we were hoping, and we haven't been able to find the parts to actually fix these. So jumped onto old Yahoo auctions and found a pair of these, and these are Toyota Carina mirrors, when they're quite similar visually. There's a little bit more chrome on them, and to be honest, I think a little bit more chrome actually suits the car more so than the body color style ones. These are actually normally color coded to the car, whereas these ones with the Toyotas, the legs are always this sort of metallic grey. So we're going to throw these ones in today and keep plugging away. Today's been awesome. I've really had a lot of fun today doing things that I haven't done before. Like, I know it's only minor panel beating, but I'm really happy to see the difference in both the guard and the quarter from what they were this morning to what they are now. Putting the mirrors on was a bit of a learning curve. Measuring and drilling the body and moving that sort of stuff around is not same thing. I've always been scared to drill clean panels because if you bugger it up, you kind of paint it into a corner somewhat. But the mirrors have come out really good. They are electrically controlled, but we haven't yet wired them up. So what we're going to do in a future episode is basically wire them up with the switches are actually from a Datsun or a Nissan from the 70s, where they had same thing, electric front guard mirrors. So yeah, in a future episode, we'll wire those up. I've also got more accessories to go on this from Japan. So yeah, we're going to keep going along that theme, clean it up a bit more. Obviously, we've got to go and see Jeff sooner or later and do some paint stuff. I want to take all the pinstriping off. I may end up doing that off camera because it's just going to be so tedious, and I can see there being a day in peeling that white sticker off because there's just so many little pieces of broken up white vinyl. We tried the caramel wheel and heat, and both of those resulted in paint coming off as well. So I'm not exactly sure how we're going to tackle that just yet, but we'll keep chipping away and it should be sweet. Thanks as always to you guys for watching. We do have plenty of merch still available on BCW, so bennyscustomworks.com. Yeah, all of our merch is up there. Also, we've had a few requests for different merch in the last couple of months, so if there's something you want to see and we haven't done it yet, please let us know. Also, you guys probably would have seen we did a pre-order for hoodies for Southern Hemisphere winter. we're going to do the same thing for Northern Hemisphere winter. So around September, we're going to do another hoodie pre-order. So yeah, if you're keen for another hoodie, check that out. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.